I accidentally texted my wife instead of her best friend, so I exposed her affair then. I'm 34, my wife Erica is 32. We've been married for 6 years. From the outside, we look like the perfect couple. Good jobs, a beautiful home in Colorado Springs, 2 golden retrievers, and a calendar full of brunches and couples trips. But that perfect image had been cracking, slowly and painfully, over the last year. Erica had become distant, emotionally and physically. She was always busy, with work, or suddenly hanging out with her best friend, Alicia, almost every other night. Girls' night, shopping trips, impromptu weekend getaways. Alicia seemed to have a VIP pass to my wife's entire schedule. I didn't think much of it at first. I trusted her. That trust died 3 weeks ago. It was a Friday. I had just come back from work early, thinking I'd surprise Erica with her favorite Thai takeout. She wasn't home. No text. I figured maybe she was with Alicia again. I sat down, and while scrolling through photos of our last trip together, I found something off. A screenshot she had sent me weeks ago of a funny meme. But in the image preview bar, I saw a selfie she had taken, wearing lingerie I'd never seen before, captioned, "Can't wait to taste you tonight." The contact name was Alicia. My stomach dropped. My hands trembled, but I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed to know what was really happening. Over the next week, I started watching more closely. Her phone always locked. She laughed at her texts, always while facing away from me. When she left it on the charger, I tried to look but couldn't get past the password. I even followed her one evening when she said she was going to Alicia's place. She wasn't. She drove to a luxury condo downtown. I waited. 10 minutes later, a man opened the door and kissed her. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, or throw up. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying every lie she'd told me. Every fake smile. Every weekend she said she was with Alicia. But I needed a plan, not a confrontation. I wasn't going to yell. I was going to outplay her. Then came the accident that turned into a blessing. I had been composing a text for my best friend Mike, telling him what I had discovered in my plan for getting evidence. But in my half-asleep haze, I sent it to Erica instead. The message read, "Caught Erica cheating. Got pics. Saw her go into some guy's condo. Planning to lawyer up and hit her where it hurts. She won't see it coming. Greedy, which deserves every bit of this." The second I hit send and saw the name Erica at the top of the screen, I froze. 2 minutes later, she replied, "What the foo asterisk is this? Are you spying on me?" I didn't respond. She came home in full panic mode, accusing me of invading her privacy, flipping the situation entirely. Gaslighting 101. But I was calm. Cold, even. I told her I wanted a divorce. No yelling, no tears. Just facts. Her jaw dropped. She thought I was bluffing. But I had already contacted a lawyer, had screenshots, GPS timestamps, and I had quietly drained half of our joint account into a separate one legally under my name. This was just the beginning. Erica wasn't used to not being in control. For years, she had me wrapped around her perfectly manicured finger. But that accidental text flipped everything. She knew the mask was off. And for the first time in our marriage, she realized I wasn't the naive, blindly trusting husband she had gotten comfortable betraying. After I told her I wanted a divorce, she tried playing the guilt card. "Can we just talk about this? You're overreacting. You don't even know what you saw." I stayed quiet. When silence didn't work, she turned to manipulation. "I was just confused. It didn't mean anything. You've been distant too." I almost laughed. Classic cheater move, blame the victim. She even tried crying, and for a second, I saw the woman I married. But I reminded myself that the same woman was sneaking around in lingerie for another man and using her so-called best friend as a cover. I told her I wanted her out of the house by the end of the week. That's when she snapped. "You think you're going to walk away clean? You don't get to ruin my life just because I made a mistake." Mistake? She called a year-long affair a mistake. But she wasn't just worried about losing me. She was worried about money. You see, Erica was greedy. She always wanted more: designer bags, weekend spas, first-class tickets even when we couldn't afford them. I paid for most of it. She claimed her marketing job was unstable, and I believed her. But I found out from a friend at her company that she hadn't been working full-time in months. She'd reduced her hours, blaming burnout, and was leaning on my income while spending like we were millionaires. She tried to get access to our joint account after I asked for the divorce. Too late. I had already locked it and moved my paycheck to a new account. I even removed her as an authorized user on my credit card. She screamed at me when she found out. "Where am I supposed to get money? Maybe your boyfriend can spot you," I said. She threw a wine glass at the wall. But the real bomb came 2 days later. I emailed the guy she was seeing. His name was Brian, mid-40s, divorced, wealthy, worked in real estate. I introduced myself as Erica's husband and said I thought he deserved to know she had been lying to both of us. I attached screenshots of her telling me she was with Alicia, while the location data clearly showed her entering his condo. Brian replied. Apparently, he had no idea she was married. She told him she was divorced, claimed I was her crazy ex who couldn't move on. Brian was pissed. Thanks for letting me know. She's done. I don't know exactly what he said to her, but that evening Erica came home shaking and crying. Brian had cut her off, financially and emotionally. The cherry on top? I filed for divorce and submitted all my evidence of infidelity. Since Colorado is an equitable distribution state, the judge would consider her cheating when dividing assets, especially since I could prove financial dependence and deception. I wasn't looking to destroy her, but she had taken my trust, my time, my love, and spit on it. And now, karma was beginning to collect. 2 months after filing for divorce, my life started to shift, calmly, slowly, and in the direction of peace. Erica, on the other hand, was watching her carefully crafted house of lies burn down around her, and I didn't even need to lift a finger anymore. Her own choices were doing all the damage. After Brian dumped her, she tried crawling back to me. She sent long emails, left voicemails crying about how she had lost herself and wanted to fix things. She even tried showing up at my office. I had security escort her out. My boss knew about the divorce and told me I didn't know her anything. I appreciated that more than I can say. What Erica hadn't realized is that her options were running out fast. Her so-called best friend Alicia? Gone. She wanted nothing to do with the drama. Turned out, Alicia didn't know about the affair either. She had been used as a scapegoat the entire time. She blocked Erica after calling her a manipulative liar. Now alone, broke, and without the financial cushion she had grown used to, Erica had to downgrade, fast. She moved into a small one-bedroom apartment with peeling wallpaper and bad plumbing. I know because she called me to yell about how she couldn't afford it, as if that were somehow my fault. I gave you the best years of my life, she screamed. No, I replied calmly. You gave him the best lies of your life. I just finally stopped listening. The divorce proceedings were swift. With all the evidence I had, photos, text logs, witness statements, financial documents, my lawyer made sure the judge saw the full picture. Erica tried to claim emotional distress, but the judge wasn't buying it. She walked away with next to nothing. I kept the house, my car, and the majority of the savings. She was denied alimony, since she had voluntarily reduced her work hours and contributed little to our finances. The only thing she got was some of her personal belongings and a cold courtroom goodbye. Funny thing is, she didn't even fight for the dogs. They were mine anyway. She never really liked them. 3 weeks after the final hearing, I booked a solo trip to Montana. No planning, no second-guessing, no pretending. I hiked. I breathed. I watched the sun set over the mountains and finally felt like me again. Not a husband trying to save a broken marriage. Not a fool trying to believe lies. Just me. And you know what? It felt damn good. People say revenge is a dish best served cold. But this wasn't revenge. Not really. I didn't key her car. I didn't out her on social media. I didn't scream at her in public. I just let her lie to herself so long that the truth crushed her on its own. She's still out there somewhere, probably blaming everyone else for her ruined life. But I've moved on. Therapy helped. So did rebuilding my life, brick by honest brick. Last I heard, she was bouncing between temp jobs, trying to find another Brian. But this time, no one's buying the act. As for me, I'm happier now than I ever was in that marriage. Because now I know what I truly want. Peace, honesty, and someone who doesn't need to fake a friendship to hide an affair. And that all started with one accidental text. The best mistake I ever made. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.